Hello everyone, RetroCon here. Wow, a new year, the current year. Here is to a great year, you fantastic sons of bit religion. It has been around for thousands of years and has taken on countless forms. It has served as an avenue for us to comprehend the incomprehensible, a method by which people come together to foster community, and an essential tool by which most of us handle the looming presence of entropy. So, when I heard about a certain game featuring a particular lamb, I knew exactly what I would be getting into. If you're looking for a wholesome game, showcasing the beautiful iconography of the spiritual variety, then look no further than Cult of the Lamb. For the Lamb, which is in the midst of the throne, shall feed them, and shall lead them unto living fountains of life, and God shall wipe away all tears from their eyes. You know what? This is not the game that I thought it was. But I did play it to the end, so I guess I might as well keep going. Now, I'm not going to lie. When I saw this game featured cults, drugs, and animals, I immediately thought of one thing. Furries. Ha! Now, of course, I am not a furry. Anyways, Cult of the Lamb was developed by Massive Monster and released to Steam August 11, 2022. It is a base building roguelike game with a tad bit of satanic elements. You know, just a tad bit. You start off the game as a weak and pathetic lamb on your way to be executed for the crime of being born a lamb. The axe is raised high, and just as your head is severed and you taste the sweet release of death, you awaken in another realm. It turns out you have been given a second chance by the one who waits. He offers you another opportunity at life, but only if you pledge your undying and unwavering loyalty to him. Now, of course, no great deeds can be achieved by a single person. So you must form a following of loyal disciples ready to lay down their lives for you. But let us face it, no one is foolish enough to do that these days, right? So instead, you depart to establish a fun summer camp and set out to recruit new followers to your newly founded fun zone. From here, you can launch crusades against the bishops of the old faith to plunder their lands for vital resources. Serve your new master well by slaying the bishops to relinquish him of his shackles. Build a shrine and harvest the devotion of the followers who utter your name. Use this devotion to unlock new buildings that allow you to provide food, sanitation, and fun extracurricular activities like mining and lumbering, among many others. Build a temple to host insightful sermons that bolster your power in the form of gaining new abilities or unlocking powerful weapons. Perform a variety of rituals, from hosting awesome dance parties and luxurious feasts to consuming copious amounts of psychedelics. If you find yourself with a few elderly devotees, simply offer them the choice of a fun and consensual duel to the death, or offer them early retirement by sacrificing them in a variety of rituals. No successful paradise camp, however, can run on an empty stomach, or in unsanitary conditions. Maintain the hunger of your disciples and sanitation of their abodes to prevent dissenters from appearing and spreading false messages. I'm gonna level with you here. The premise of this game is wild and will keep you engaged until the end. Visuals. Cult of the Lamb is pretty much fantastic in terms of artistic direction. You will be reminded of Happy Tree Friends or that one episode of South Park with the woodland critters. The childlike nature of the art lends well to highlight the very satanic nature of the premise, and it blends wonderfully. The characters themselves are also interesting, and all of them feel unique in their own regards, which is a testament to the endeavor achieved here. The transformations of the bishops as they powered up were the most visceral aspect of this, and it felt epic as a result. The music and sounds are also fantastic. You have got a range of music meant to be either relaxing, tense, or emotional, and the producer nailed each of them. Tell me this does not make you want to rip your own heart out. Kudos to Riverboy for his work in creating the music. Aside from the music, the sound effects are also great. The choice they made with the dialogue audio feels incredibly appropriate as it adds to the macabre atmosphere of the world. Overall, the music and sounds were very well handled. So, what do you do in Cult of the Lamb? The main goal of the game is to defeat the 4 bishops in their respective domains while babysitting the plebs of your cult. The cult functions as a base of operations in which you can make yourself more powerful via family-friendly sermons and innocent rituals. You will have to take care of your cult by providing your denizens with food, shelter, and sanitation. Your followers are unfortunately savages who need your divine wisdom to do things like eat or clean up after themselves. What is interesting is that the needs of your cult will continue to persist, even if you are on a crusade. Early on, when the crusades are short, this is not much of an issue, and you can handle the needs of your base before embarking on your next mission. As you progress and the crusades become longer, however, you will find that you might need to leave crusades early in order to attend to unexpected famines or uprisings. You can assign your followers to work in a variety of fields. For example, you can make them worship your greatness or have them perform janitorial duties. Maybe, if you are feeling a bit campy, you can convince them to spend their lives cutting trees or mining rocks. Speaking of which, even video game characters cannot escape the unrelenting march of decay and will grow old over time. Eventually, as they approach their ends, they will no longer be able to work and will sit around consuming valuable food and housing. As such, you have the option of providing them with a costly pension, or if you are like me, you might be able to persuade them that a glorious sacrifice to an eldritch abomination is a more noble death. Another benefit of sacrificing them is that you gain essence, which can be used to upgrade your character. While sermons also provide you with a modest amount of this essence, the sacrifice is where you can get a considerable amount of it. Once you start getting to the point where you are fighting bishops, you'll also start to unlock new portions of the map. Here you can find areas that mostly offer cards and decorations to purchase. You can also find missions in these new spots, which provide you with shards, which, for every 4, unlocks a fleece that can alter gameplay when equipped. Killing the bishops for the first time also lets you harvest their hearts, which can provide additional enhancements to your character. The last important resource worth something are fragments. Fragments are found in chests or gained from your followers through their loyalty. These fragments can be utilized to provide your cult with new traits and rituals. The traits can range in anything between religious zealotry to an addiction to labor. The rituals, on the other hand, vary from asking for your followers' life savings to forcing your elderly to ascend into a meat grinder. Now, while that might cover most of the mechanics of the base building portion, we also have to cover the Crusades themselves. Crusades are ventures deep into enemy territory to absolve the heretics of their sins through bloodshed. You can think of them as the roguelike element of the game. While each crusade has a unique map, each one starts off on a trial. In trials, you go from room to room, clearing them of enemies until you find the exit. Other rooms throughout the exploration might provide you with tarot cards, which are temporary upgrades that last the duration of the crusade. The rooms might also provide you with weapons and other treasures as well. Upon completing the trial, you will return to the map, which contains various routes. The routes will provide you with different experiences and resources. Some tiles, for example, might provide you with food, others with wood, and so on. You might find a tile that provides followers that you must save through battle, or by using cold hard cash in some sort of animal trafficking experience. Mystery tiles provide you with challenges, as well as beneficial blessings or detrimental curses. There are also market tiles that let you purchase assorted goods for gold. As you fight your way down the map, you will eventually reach the golden tile, where you can fight a champion of the bishop before completing the crusade and returning to your camp. Once you have defeated 3 champions, you will be able to fight the bishop of the region in performative spectacles that are quite entertaining. Kill them and take their hearts to set your master free. Each bishop has their own crusades with unique environments and enemies, along with an increasing difficulty. The maps will also become more robust and take longer to complete, which means you will have to ensure your camp is properly maintained before embarking. It is time to discuss the story and look at the end of the game, so buckle up and grab a steak or something. It's spoiler time. Once all 4 bishops have been defeated, you will be able to visit the One Who Waits and set him free so he may dominate the world. There is a catch, however, and you must sacrifice yourself for the ritual to complete, which is quite a big ask for someone you have endowed with so much power and potential. So of course you defy him and fight him in a 4-phase boss fight. The boss is probably the best part of the game, You defeat his 2 guards in one-on-one duels before fighting him yourself. Upon defeating him, it seems it's all over, but it's a fake out, and he transforms into his final form, which ends up being probably the most nightmarish thing in this game. Upon destroying him, he turns into a meager little cat, which you can then choose to spare or execute, and considering all the shit he put you through, the choice is obvious, and with that, the game ends. You return to your camp and can either end it here, or just finish out any content you did not complete. In conclusion, this was a great game. The premise is enough to hook most people, but couple in the fantastic audio and visuals and you have got a great story. The mechanics are also interesting. Taking care of a cult has its challenges. The rituals and traits were great additions, and having to sacrifice followers for various ends was a nice touch. The best thing about this game were the boss fights. They were a fantastic treat each time, and fun to fight. If you are a hardcore player, you definitely don't want to play this game on the recommended settings, however. I give this game a solid Revelations chapter 5 verse 12 over Revelations chapter 7 verse 17. Alright everyone, that is all I got for today. Thanks for watching, and have a beautiful day and a fantastic new year. Saying with a loud voice, "Worthy is the Lamb that was slain to receive power and riches, and wisdom and strength, and honor and glory and blessing."